Welcome to another edition of Vigorously with me, Val Kleinhand's beauty content creator. Christy Ponte is in the building. I'm thrilled to have you here. She's cheering. She's ready to go with a full beat, might I add, as every good makeup artist should. Welcome, Christy. I'm thrilled to have you.
I'm so happy to be here, and it's great to finally meet you.
I know we've been on Instagram for a minute, just
Hmm.
going. What spooky things are you into? Oh, you're into this. I am into this. I am into this. You are
Big
into this.
time.
Just cross check into spookiness. I'm here for it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Born and raised in North Carolina. I was telling you a little bit about my North Carolina connection. My brother is in Charlotte right now. He moved just outside Charlotte, Rock Hill, South Carolina. So technically like across the border. But he's been a Carolina man since college. Went to USC, University of South Carolina, married a Southern
Okay.
girl, loving his life. And so because of that, I've grown to love North Carolina and South Carolina. I've grown to love the Carolinas, like just, purely because of that. It's a beautiful state. How are Asheville and the mountains? And like, I heard they got hit with all these extra like nonsense with hurricanes and ooh,
Ugh, I don't know if you're a conspiracy theory gal, but everybody on TikTok is losing their mind talking about like,
right.
oh, it's so much worse than we've been made aware by the news.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to take out, and I do have some friends that are from there that were not as misfortunate as some of the folks up there. But man, I'll tell you what, it's been a crazy relief effort. I don't know if you know this about me, but I actually work for the SPCA of Wake County here. So I
Mhm.
work for the animal shelter. So we've been able to partner with a lot of the shelters that are further upstate and further west, and that they faced a lot of damage and loss, and we've luckily been able to pull so many animals from them and save a
Okay.
bunch of lives. So we're trying to do whatever we can over here. It's really sad to see our sisters in the mountains having such a hard time.
Yeah. I feel for them too. It's hard to see, and I hope that they'll bounce back. I know they will. I
Oh,
know
for
that's
sure.
the attitude. That's what we want to
Hmm.
be doing.
Absolutely.
What sparked the interest in working with animals?
Oh man. Um, so in my past job and in my past lives, I don't know if do you ever like do icebreaker stuff at your job?
Uh,
You know, when like your managers
yeah.
like rally you and do like these corny things.
Oh
Okay.
God. And you just
Um,
sit there like palm sweating, like dreading, like, please, for the love of God, don't make me do this.
Literally
Do not make me do
exactly.
this. Yeah.
100%. And so I was one of those manager lurkers. So I had to do that for my teams. It was so I hope that they appreciate it now. But one of the things that I would ask my teams in the morning for like our pre-shifts, I would say, if you won $1 million, what would you do? And I would always say I would open my own animal sanctuary or a rescue or something like
Oh,
that. So I think it's always been in my heart, like I have two senior doggos, and I've just always had the most tender heart for them. I guess because of my mother. I'm gonna have to say Norma Jean, my mom. She
stop. Her name is Norma Jean. That is
totally
incredible.
is. Yes, she got the name jackpot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just always loved them, and I've always had it in the back of my head like this was a part of who I am and something that I really wanted to do. So I'm really, really glad to have the opportunity to be there. I will hit my year at the end of November, and
Okay.
it's been incredible to watch like animals come in, get rehabilitated. I feel like I keep talking about sad things. But honestly, it's so magical to watch them go from like, this hard experience to see them thrive and then actually get adopted. So it is heartwarming, I promise, instilling all the hope back into humanity and things. So
It
yeah,
is.
kind of got me into it.
Because you guys get to be the ones that see these dogs or cats, or do dogs or cats, or do you take care of both?
Yeah, all of them,
Or
dogs,
all
cats,
of
and
them.
small
Okay.
animals.
Okay. So you
Hmm.
get to see them come out of their shell as they start to trust humans again
Absolutely.
after everything that they've been through. Like I spent a year volunteering at a shelter too, and it was
Thank you for that.
amazing.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I mean, well, I did it just to be keep it a thousand. Like I did it because I wanted to the experience. I wanted to be able to say I've done it and I see what the inside of these places are like. and I've seen, the work that goes into taking care of an animal. Spoiler alert, it's everything that you do if you have a pet times like 20.
For
Times
sure.
times 20. Like I don't know why. I mean it's not just like magical fairyland where, everybody gets to play in a doggy play yard all day. No. Oh, no, 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 no. You are picking up the poop, you are mopping, you
For
are giving
sure.
them baths, you are giving them flea and tick removal, you are getting them their shots. You are,
Major
but
kudos to those teams. Like
I
our
mean,
care team's incredible. Yes,
honestly, it really is. But what I learned, the most I think surprising thing I learned was that the more you worked with particular animals, some of them, the more they would gravitate toward you, and the more that they would start to trust you, and you got to see a little
100%.
bit of their personality come out, so that when it was time for playtime, they would want to play with you in the yard. They want you to throw that ball for them. They want you to, go and throw that bone for them or
It's
whatever.
the
And
ultimate win. It's the
even the
ultimate
ones,
win. The
it
dog
is
loves you. Yeah.
even the ones that are like just these like scary, aggressive, like what is this spawn of Satan in front of me, like screaming about? You're just like they're screaming because there was some trauma involved. That's what's going
Sure.
on. And then eventually they start to trust you. I mean, I'm telling you, I had some of the meanest dogs in the shelter that over time they were like, okay, you're cool. It might have taken months, but it took months. People
Thank you
forget
so
that. It takes
much.
patience. Like,
Honestly, it's a huge transition from, I come from makeup, hair, like I'm a cosmetologist, I'm
right,
licensed
right.
with Paul Mitchell. And I worked in makeup for so long. I worked for Sephora for 7 years. I worked for Urban Decay for 5 years and Anastasia Beverly Hills, 2 years with them. So to go from like this glamorous, I'm traveling around doing events and getting to meet the amazing people in Ulta's and Sephora's and training them, teaching them, and learning from them, it's a huge, different experience, but at the same time, it really feeds your soul. So it's been really
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah. What was the catalyst for that switch? Because those are two different lanes there.
Yeah.
Makeup and beauty and being in your sweats covered in piss and shit all day from every
Okay.
dog in the shelter. So why the transition?
So if I'm being fully transparent, so I'm actually their staffing manager. So I'm able to bring in the people who are crawling around on the floor
Okay.
and really doing the hard work. It's really cool because they've welcomed me so hard that it really does feel like I'm that much of a part of the team, taking care of the animals as well and really making those relationships with them. Um, but really it was my extensive HR background. I wanted to come help them and bring some structure in. And they've been incredible. Like I can't say enough about the people there. They truly all have a heart of gold. And I just don't even understand how I got so lucky. I truly saw the ad and thought, okay, this is it. This is my calling. This is what's supposed to happen. And I just went for it and fell in love with everybody there. So, and then yeah, so a year later, here we go.
You followed your heart.
Yes,
It's that simple.
definitely.
You followed your heart. Your heart was telling you, "Woo, let's do this now."
It definitely
And you
felt
said,
like the calling.
"Okay."
Yes.
Beautiful. I love those moments. I love when that happens. And that speaks to transferable skills too, by the way. Anybody looking to like change jobs or change departments or change industries,
Yep.
you can do it. That's how. Look at this,
100%.
look at those basics, like those administrative type stuff. Like look at those basics and that's your ticket into doing
Yeah,
something different. Like
absolutely.
I've learned that countless times in my life. And your story is an example of that too. So glad to hear somebody sharing that because I don't know that enough people know that.
Absolutely. I mean, real talk, I'm 37. So for me to
I'm
be
34. We're close in age. I
no,
knew it. I knew it.
yay. Okay, yes. Okay. And at 87. So wait, are you in the 90s? I'm so bad.
90. 90.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, and it's like late in life too. And I used to travel so much. I am a wretched flyer. I am horrible at flying. I had my Fitbit on one time. I was flying for work and my heart rate was like 132 and it thought I was exercising. And I was like, this enough is enough. Like, we're good. We don't need to be aircrafting anywhere. Thank you. I'm done. Do you fly easily?
Sometimes, but if there's a lot of turbulence, I will get motion sickness. It happens. So
Yeah.
like it just depends. Most of the time, I'm all right,
Oh, it's a
but I
total
have
first
to.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to sometimes. I mean, well, my brother works for American Airlines, so I thank
Oh, that's
God.
awesome. I mean,
Lucky.
hey,
Yeah,
if you can handle it, that's great.
I can handle it. And sometimes, I mean, sometimes I get, to go see him or reduced ticket fare to go see him just because of that connection. But
Right.
yeah, I like flying. I don't hate it. I don't know that I like sitting around at the airport forever and ever, but the act of flying I think is fun. It's just when it's too much turbulence, I'm like, give me the bag. I
Yeah.
can't. Bleh. It's it
Yeah.
it's not cute. It's not a good look.
Yeah, I got stories, but it's okay. Oof. They've tried everything for me.
Yeah.
And just waking up on a plane when you've been knocked out, asleep, no, never winds up good for me. Uh,
No.
yeah, so I'm keeping it on the ground and doing new things.
Wait, so you were knocked out and then woke up on the plane.
Yeah,
And
it was like a nightmare. Because
okay.
so I've always flown kind of like with teams, and
Mhm.
they're trying to figure out different ways that they can, help support me, bless them. But one time they did get me in some good medication there, and I was like, oh, okay, like this is fine. And I passed out on the plane and
Mhm.
woke up into holy terror that, oh my God, I'm on a plane. Who thought this was fine? And yeah, it was just, why would they do that? Why?
Who okayed this? Where's my personal handler? Who
Not
approved
co-signing that
this?
experience. It was not good for me. Mm-mm. Ugh.
Well, one thing I know that you do co-sign on is astrology. We're both astrology girlies. What are
Yes.
your big three?
Okay. So sun, I'm a Cancer.
Hmm.
My moon, I'm a Libra.
Hmm.
And then my rising, I'm a Leo. So it's like female energy, feminine energy, the scales, which is my balance and huge sense of justice I feel. And then
Hmm.
my rising is a Leo. Um, Honestly, that masculine, like it's
Hmm.
like moon, Venus, sun, so I'm all mishmashed up, but definitely identify as a Leo. I definitely feel like I'm a Leo, a spirit, extroverted lady. So
More
what about
outspoken.
you?
Okay, got it. See, I have realized that after assessing my big three that I get why my life feels like constant conflict and why it feels like a constant contradiction because I'm a Capricorn sun and a Cancer moon and rising. So I'm like, baby, I've got all this pent up emotion, but I will not, damn it, like I will be damned if I show it or do anything about it. Like,
A lot. That is a whole lot. But listen, you're a hard worker. You're a hard
yes,
worker.
I will get it
So
done.
listen, I respect that. I actually love having Capricorns in my corner. I feel horrible to say this, but any Capricorns I've had in my life, I've been like, I really don't want to do this. And they're like, I'll do it. And I'm like, great. That
That's
is
literally what I become. I joke
proven.
around that. I joke with my husband about that all the time with about like me and like family planning just in general, like literal planning like our itinerary or our days. I'm like, I'm sorry, when did I become camp counselor? Like, am I the only adult here? Why?
Listen,
Like,
you guys
why?
come together.
Why? They're like,
It's we
and they
love
literally
I'd love
say
to
that.
travel with you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you just make decisions. So we're like, we're gonna roll with, because you're the decisive one. And I'm like, skirt, excuse me, what if I want to be the one that takes a back seat sometimes?
Oh yeah. You're fabulous for that. That's awesome. So how do you feel like your cancer affects you as a Capricorn?
I just in the way that I feel like I've got some pent up emotion and I've got thoughts and I don't do a whole lot about I've got thoughts that I don't do a whole lot about until I'm like here, until my bullshit meter is met.
Yeah,
And
we
everybody
hang
and
on
then
to
everybody
it.
will look at me, right, but and then everybody will look at me when I explode and go, where the hell did this come from? And I'm like,
Yep,
baby, this has been 2 months of gah. Like,
for sure.
that's
You
where the
do that.
conflict is. That's
Mhm.
what I think the contradiction is.
Yeah, I would say also being like furiously defensive of people you care about.
Yeah, I'll be
That's
loyal.
something I really associate with in my Cancerian parts because I am not a mom, and I'm not planning on being one. I'm a dog mom. I guess that counts, but I'm very like maternal over my friends, my family, my coworkers.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that might be why like management was a strength for me because I really do enjoy that and like I'll take care of my people, but don't mess with my people. We're
Mm-mm.
crazy out here.
Mm-mm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We will let you know a
Yes.
thing or two.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love that, you definitely spread the message of female empowerment, women empowerment all over social media too, and everything that I've seen. Why is that important to you?
After years of working in cosmetics, I have seen every type, hair, I should say, and hair, plug that in. But, I've seen every type. I've had people disclosing secrets to me about abuse. I've
Mm,
had, coworkers crying in the break room, and, just kind of firsthand experience, kind of like, you look around and we all like, what is it like? a s- However, whatever the metric is, that this many people out of this many have
mhm.
been in domestic violence or abuse or
Right.
sexually assaulted or raped or whatever it is.
Too
And
many.
I can totally verify that, which is horrifying. And for me, it's like women are so amazing, they're so incredible. Versatile. We're literally shapeshifters, shifting our body, everything that we're
Resilient.
doing. And like everything is like engaged for something or someone else. And I think those moments where I can have someone sitting in my makeup chair and it becomes about them or my hair chair, whatever I'm doing, honestly, just speaking with them, which is why I really admire what you do. Honestly, like having these sit down conversations with folks in like real life level, like, we really need to support one another because I've been really fortunate that every kind of female driven field that I've been in has been so supportive and like
Mm.
contrary to what other people would say, like, oh my gosh, you worked in makeup, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, you've worked in hair, they're so dramatic. And I'm like, not
What?
really. They're fantastic. They're
Yeah.
lovely. And for me, it's like expression. And I'm like, if you can, become more close to yourself and who you are, and really whether male, female, whoever's sitting in my chair, whoever it is, that's a real blessing to come away and be like, wow, I feel like fulfilled. Like I'm projecting who I really am, and it's a really good feeling.
What's the easiest way, do you think, for a woman to boost her confidence? I mean, is it as simple as a new haircut or a full beat?
Oh man, I'm the worst person in America to ask that because
Are you
I don't
though? Are
no,
you
let me tell you, it's
though?
crazy. No, no, I am extremely confident, but for what? Like it's
It's
really wild. Like I gotta tell you. So, like me and my friends joke about this because they're like, and that tells me too, is witnessing women beat themselves down or being
Oh
really
God.
anxious,
We're the worst at it.
right?
We're the
It's
worst.
awful. It's like it reminds me of that Mean Girl scene where they're like in the mirror, like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
like
hate this. I hate
my
this. And then they
shoulders
look
are
over
weird
and
or
keep
whatever it
going.
is.
Yeah.
And I never, I guess growing up, like I didn't Norma Jean and my dad, they didn't ever give me any like wild feedback about how I looked, which thank goodness, because I went through like the corn era, which I'm still in, obviously.
Hell
Like
yeah.
the Slipknot, the whole thing.
Hmm.
It wasn't a phase, and
Still not, mom.
anything. Yeah, and that's so I'm completely fine, but like I think that's kind of the thing, right? I'm super empathic, and so as a Cancer, being able to transmit that confidence that I have to them and show them a mirror of like this is who you really are, and you're actually extremely beautiful. And that thing you hate about yourself, I actually really love that thing. So let's really talk about that and emphasize that. So or if it's truly like I really hate my nose or whatever, like girl, I will contour it to death. Like, tell me what you need. Like, if I can give or take away, I think that's what made me so good at my job because really, empathizing and listening to people, and really so much of different cosmetic methods, I guess, if you will, from like Anastasia, golden ratio. I can make your face more even to conversations that we would have would truly be, um, I think therapeutic. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you're building your own girl gang
I
almost. I
think
mean, you.
compliments, like let's
Mhm.
compliment each other. I think that that's the I feel like it's that, reverse Uno card. Like if someone tells me something, I'm always like, oh my God, but no, but you're beautiful. Like, do you know? Like, do you know for real? Because I think that's what it takes. Because I somehow like grew up not on the social media part where I was comparing myself to everyone else.
Mhm.
I truly just compare myself to past, present, and future myself of me,
Got it.
which is very odd. Apparently, people are really like tearing themselves up from looking at other people's social medias. So I think
Mhm.
that's what confidence is, truly just looking at you and not comparing to other people and thinking about the things that you really love about yourself or things that you want to work on.
Yeah, it's about leading by example because the only reason that and if I think about this back in like middle school, high school, the only reason or a big part of why I was beating myself up about my own looks was it was because I was watching other women do it. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is the assignment, must follow, must be hard on myself to get
Um,
an A." And it's like, math is not mathing because you feel like shit internally
absolutely.
and we don't have time for that. But that's what ends up happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because you finally like eventually find your people because let's be real, I grew up in Fayetteville, Vietnam, depending on if you're
How
from there, you already know.
how
So,
did you find your people in that area? That's going to be my question because
okay.
we know the Carolinas, they're prim, they're proper, and they are together,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot of alt girlies there.
I
Not
don't look like my family. No one in my
right.
family looks like me. And
Me
I
either.
just was a little independent little bean. And I just honestly, like, I'm a Sailor Moon. She told me about astrology. She said I
Hmm.
can be cute with my little compact. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I'm doing my own thing. I'm getting my girl gang. We're going to get it together and we're going to go fight off the bad guys. And I just
Yes.
went for it. And honestly, it was weird. So, but growing up in Fayetteville, being so military driven
Right.
area. And then I moved here when I actually started college. So I actually went to school for digital animation before anything else. So
Fun.
art on the inside,
Yeah.
when it came to Raleigh. And that's where I live now, in the Raleigh Knightdale area here in North Carolina. But coming up here, I think meeting so many, like it was a culture shock. It was culture shock coming here and
Mm-hmm.
seeing and meeting so many amazing, different, unique people in the art school, right?
That's where you had
So
to go.
like
That's where you had to go.
that's where I had to go. And then I have a wild story for you. So went to art school and I actually met my husband there and he was one of my
Yes.
college professors.
Ah!
So yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
we
so,
don't judge. We don't
yeah,
judge.
it was giving Spanish.
As long as there were, everybody was of age, we won't judge.
It was fine. Yeah, we didn't start dating till I graduated. But once we did start dating, now we've been married 15 years.
Oh
Which is
wow.
wild.
Congratulations.
Thanks. So
That
yeah, so
that says something. 15 years.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it makes me feel old. But yeah, it's been 15 years and I met him in college and here we are with our two dogs in our house here. We're still in North Carolina, which I can't believe. I always thought I would never like I guess, live my whole life here in this one state, but I've been
Mhm.
able to travel so much and visit so many amazing places. Like, I don't feel regret about it, I guess.
Yeah. No, you've found your fulfillment that way. I
Yeah.
completely get it. And we love the Sailor Moon references. We're here for all of them. I gotta say, I think I vibe most with Sailor Mars though.
Oh,
Because the music, the pop culture interest, and the spiciness.
I'm
The
telling you,
spiciness, like and a little bit of the hair. A little bit of the hair with me in Sailor Mars.
she's so
Like,
magical. I'm Sailor Moon girly all day.
period.
So she's Cancer, she's the moon, so it like vibes with me really hard. But I feel like I love every single one of her little team. But Sailor
Mhm.
Mars, man, she was always the prettiest one, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
guess it's a matter of opinion, right? It's a matter of opinion, but she was always
they're
like
all
a badass with
beautiful.
her dark, mysterious hair and like a shrine maiden. And I'm like, oh, she got the fire, all right,
She
But
was
then she's trying to
spicy.
come for her man, and I was like, now Sailor
Nope.
Mars, what are you doing?
Nope. And then eventually she proves her loyalty to Sailor Moon.
That's right. And then they're
And
besties.
then now they're besties and they're here for it. And we're here for all that too.
Absolutely.
Well, so what is next for you? What can we look forward to coming from you, just in general or on social media?
Man, okay. So social media, I would say I have been doing a ton of content on makeup, new makeup that's coming out. Um, You know, I can't see. I have the worst vision in America. So people send me contacts and glasses all the time, and I'm like, let me just do
You
these
do have
videos.
fabulous glasses. There were some animal print ones that I had my eyes on. I was like, skirt.
Oh my gosh. I'm just like, all right, I'll take it. I can see now. Thank you, everybody. So I honestly, I think there's gonna be more of that. I really want to get into doing more outfit content.
Yes.
I definitely I don't know why. I don't really have the setup for it right now. And I'm really committed to having like a nice setup for that.
You have a cute setup there. I mean, the
Well,
background I can see now is cute. It's you got
thank-
a little neon happening, a little bit of
yeah.
spooky pillow action, a little bit of a cow print blanket. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Well, then I have no excuse and I'll have to get it together.
I think
Um,
you have a cute setup, is all I'm saying.
Thank you. I
Already.
will take it. I will take it, man. And let's see. So I would say that would be more of that to come, and definitely Halloween makeup. I have a
Mhm.
huge passion for that, and I've been
Yes.
slacking, and I've got to come out with some looks, and I'm waiting for some costume pieces to come in. So Halloween makeup looks coming. Inspo is coming. Um, I hope that I retire at this animal shelter. I love it so
Yeah.
much. And I hate to shamelessly plug this, but like the SPCA of Wake County, it's like spcawake.org. We are still trying our best to get animals out of, the mountains essentially. And it's like that huge influx of financial support in the beginning, and then it
Right.
dwindles down. And so there's like usually three waves of what we have to do. So if people feel inclined to donate, that's where they can do it to help us save more animals. Um, but I really hope I retire there. I do freelance still. So if there's anybody local, hair and makeup, weddings, I love doing weddings. I really do. So I'm still doing those things, but for the most part, I'm hanging out, staffing the shelter and meeting amazing people all day.
Just doing life. Beautiful. Christy, I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much for joining me.
Awesome, Val. Well, you take care of yourself and happy Halloween.